Today on the net, reactions to the shooting in a Florida school are multiplying in the US. The hijab ban in Azerbaijan schools sparks outrage. And 2 Americans make a digital journey across their country. These images are being broadcast repeatedly on American television. On Tuesday, 56-year-old Clay Duke interrupts a Florida school board meeting. He draws a V on the wall, takes out a handgun, and holds several people hostage. He accuses them of firing his wife before shooting at them without hitting them. Then a security guard opens fire, Duke collapses and turns a gun on himself. The video was filmed by a television camera and has circulated all over the web. Web users wanted to find out more about the gunman, and so they've sifted through Duke's Facebook profile. And on his page he left a testament, slamming the American well-to-do. Others have been hailing the bravery of Ginger Littleton, the woman who tried to overpower the gunman by hitting him with her handbag. She was unsuccessful, but on the internet her actions are being described as heroic. This shooting has revived debate on carrying handguns in the US. Comedian Carolyn Castiglia says that Clay Duke is a former prisoner and should never have been in possession of a firearm. This wife and mother is calling for stricter legislation in this area. But blogger Cassie Fiano disagrees and says this incident illustrates the necessity of carrying a gun, so that one can defend oneself in this type of situation. She thinks that if the hostages had been armed, it would have been easier for them to confront the gunman. Hundreds of demonstrators confront police officers, chanting slogans praising Allah. These images were filmed a little less than a week ago in Baku, the capital of Azerbaijan, and illustrate the tense climate that currently reigns in the country. The protesters we see in these images are contesting the hijab ban in schools. The decision was made by the Minister of Education, Mirza Mardanov, and has sparked a lively debate on the local web. This blogger, who goes under the pseudonym Gurbanov, thinks this decision demonstrates the government's religious intolerance. He says that his fellow citizens should be free to practice their religion as they see fit, and thus be allowed to dress as they wish. He believes this affair does nothing to strengthen democracy in the country. This other Azerbaijan web user says this initiative makes no sense, and the authorities should be dealing with more pressing problems in the country's education system, starting with corruption, or the quality of teaching, which in his opinion is not worthy of a civilized state. On his blog, Reshad Babali expresses a completely different point of view. He states that Azerbaijan is a secular country despite the fact that the majority of people are Muslim. He feels there's nothing shocking about banning the hijab, which is a religious symbol. Georgi Lomzadze, meanwhile, explains that these measures are not surprising as they're part of a new policy launched this year by the Ministry of Education, which has reintroduced the wearing of a school uniform in order to banish growing social inequality from classrooms. The blogger feels the wearing of the hijab is not in keeping with the new policy. The countdown to Christmas has begun on the Gorillaz website, where the British band is proposing an interactive advent calendar with a different video or game each day. On the last day of the countdown, the musicians will be giving their fans a great present, because their latest album of tracks recorded on the iPad will be made available for free download. Travel across America by clicking on Google Street View. This is a challenge 2 young Americans set themselves for a competition organized by the Mountain View Company. A digital journey that's taken them from San Francisco to New York in 90 hours. That's near to 4,800 kilometers traveled in 104,619 clicks. After watching this video, you'll probably say to yourself that some web users will never grow up. A group of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fans have recreated the opening credits to the cartoon. The clip will no doubt bring smiles to many faces.